Teresa. I hope you're doing well today. Welcome back to my channel. Well, I'm finally going to do the kombucha video. Now, I'm not an expert. I've only made it a couple of times. I buy a lot of kombucha tea, so I figured I need to really start making my own because I'm spending quite a bit of money actually. And I've tried it several times, and I have a problem getting the second ferment. But we'll do that in another video. We'll do this together. But today is just the first fermentation. We're just going to make the tea. Start out with a fresh SCOBY. I'll give you a pan around the kitchen. It kind of takes my whole kitchen. But I hope you enjoy the video, and thank you for being here. I'm starting with, now this tea is very fermented. It's pure vinegar, really. I wouldn't drink it. You can use it for, I saw a lot of things online like cleaning or even I heard a facial cleaner, but I just wanted to show you the inside. These are so pretty. I want to show you a close-up of, I'm probably going to use the top, just so you can see, but there is one right here that's extremely thick. I'll have to cut that in half. It won't come out of my jar. I really need the jars with the wider mouth. So I have my pot here. We're going to start with tea. This is hot water and vinegar because you want to wash everything with distilled white vinegar before you touch the SCOBY or put the tea in it or all that stuff. And I basically started with getkombucha.com, and this is the tea I'm going to use. I don't know, I just ordered this from Amazon. I like black and green tea, and I use organic sugar in my tea. And Ella's going to fill up this is my little cheap tea bag that broke. It calls for 2 tablespoons, but I like to put 4. And you can also leave it loose and strain it. But what I do is I'm going to take my measuring cup. I'm going to use a total of about 10 cups of water. And but I'm going to start with half of that water. And the reason why I'm going to do it that way is because I won't have to wait so long for it to come back to room temperature. I'm going to add cold water on top of it once it's brewed. But let me get started. I have to disinfect all these bowls and stuff, and then we'll come back and I'll show you my SCOBY. I'm going to use some spring water, but you can use filtered water. Just make sure it's filtered or spring water. I'm going to start with about 5 cups. I have another container of this water. I have my stove on. This is the first step. You want to brew your tea because it's going to have to steep for a little while. So let's do 1 more cup. But I cheat, so I'll put cold water. This is plenty enough water for your tea to steep in. Let me just pour the rest in here for later. So I'm going to bring this to a boil, and this is the little sheet bag I have, and I just have to secure with a rubber band, but I like to, it would probably be better for me to put loose tea in here and strain it actually, but I just kind of like this little tea bag. I like to use it. But I like to use about 4 tablespoons because I like a little caffeine in my tea.
Where'd the tea bag go?
And let me show you I really do have a problem. I'm going to show you the inside of my refrigerator. No, I'm not. Well, just don't judge me, okay? Because, you know, it's healthy, right? Let's show them, Ella. Now, my refrigerator's messy, okay? But I do have a problem with tea. So that's why I have to start making my own. Oh, and I have bottles too, but I'll show you that on the next video. So let me bring the water to a boil, and then we'll be back boiling. I'm loosening up my tea a little bit. Like I said, probably would be smarter to do it loose tea. And Ella found one of these, but I didn't know we had that. So I just make sure I dip this in hot water and vinegar before I use it. I have my 1 cup of sugar. So I like to like mix it around just for a second before I turn the stove off. I like to press on it and like get all the tea out. So I'm just gonna turn the burner off. I'm gonna let this steep for about, you can go 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm gonna do 15 minutes. And once it's steeping, then we'll put the sugar in and make sure it's still warm enough, because we want all the sugar to dissolve. So I'm going to set my timer, and while this is steeping, now we'll have to take care of that jar full of SCOBYs, and I'll try to show you some of that, but some of it, I might have to say a bad word or two trying to get that thing out. Just joking. I don't say those words. So my tea's steeping, and I'm going to open this. You know, I never had a problem with fruit flies or anything, but I did have to add a little bit of kombucha to this because the scobies were taking up all the liquid, and plus some evaporates. So let me make sure, I gotta rinse my hand in vinegar one more time. Yeah, before you touch anything. Now, I'm gonna have this bowl because I want the top one for sure. Just look at that thing. I put some towels underneath because I wasn't gonna do a daredevil and taste it, but I chickened out. Look at that. That's just like, I'm so happy. It's so pretty. Now, you want their tea to be room temperature because it will kill the SCOBY if it's too hot. See, and these are layers. So I'm probably going to take the first two. Now, this bowl, I don't know why I got such a big bowl. This bowl I'm going to put in, see it drips everywhere. And it's so strong. Ella says it stinks really bad, but I don't mind it actually. It smells a little bit like vinegar, and you could use you can make a SCOBY hotel. You could use it as fertilizer. Now here's the big one I was telling you about. And see, I'm not going to be able to get that out. So I'm going to, there's some, and you also need 1 cup per gallon of, I'm going to need 1 cup of this with my good SCOBY. And I'm going to cover this so it doesn't get contaminated. But, I'm going to cut the camera off so you don't have to see me struggling but I'm just going to have to cut this in half. And I don't want to get it all over. Ella, can you come help me? And I'll be right back. Okay, I just wanted to show you all the layers. Now, you shouldn't let your tea do this, but see, it's layers. And it just keeps growing on top of it. But it's very healthy. And you can separate it. You can separate it. You can use this for more tea. And I actually am going to order another gallon jar from Amazon because as much as I drink, I need to brew 2 gallons at a time at least. And here's another one. This one's nice too. This one's I stabbed it with the knife trying to cut the other. Let's see. And this one was the part of the original. I let it. This is one I cut. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm mumbling like this. I apologize. But this one, I think, was the one I started with, but it actually grew, and I had to cut it last time. So, now, in my other one, I'm going to strain 1 cup of this to start my new tea. So, anyway, I just wanted to show you the SCOBYs, and I'm going to I'm just going to pour this over this and wash my jar. And, kombucha, I'm not going to sit here and tell you all the health benefits, but there are many. You can study on it. And I can tell you it's helped me in more ways than one. Anyway, if you have any questions or you want to ask me more questions about that, I'll be happy to answer. But like I said, I'm not an expert, and you can use different kinds of teas. I'm trying to shove all the information in at one time. But Ella, put the sugar in. We're going to stir that around and let it dissolve. And we'll be back. Come on. It's still a little bit warm, but I got a phone call, and I got sidetracked a little bit. So I hope my water's not too cold. Let's pour this in here. You want about 10 cups of liquid per gallon. So I'm going to pour 1 more cup. And now the other SCOBYs, I could put those in a jar with some of the liquid, and I might do that and make sure that I have a backup in case something would happen to my good ones. So let me get everything set up, and we'll pour this into the gallon jar with about 10 cups of liquid. And I let my tea steep for about 20 minutes. And here's the good SCOBY that I'm going to use. And I'm not going to worry about straining it because I like to strain it 2 times before I even ever drink it. And you probably only have to have 1 of these. But I'm going to just use these 2. Just slide them in.
The chosen ones.
The chosen ones. And sometimes they float, sometimes they don't. You want to put your liquid in here. And then you also want to, this is you want to cover it with you could use a coffee filter, but I got this cloth from the getkombucha.com, and it really keeps out all the fruit flies, and I don't have to worry. So I usually tighten with this one, and then I use another rubber band. And my temperature in my kitchen is about 78.9 right now, which is perfect for kombucha tea. And I'm gonna take this and date it, and then I'm gonna taste it after the 4th day. And you taste it as you go, and you see what you like. I like mine a little bit stronger, so I might wait for 7 days, but I'm gonna test it. And this is the jar. I went ahead and saved one of the scobies just in case something goes wrong with this one. I have a backup, and I poured some of the tea in here. I think if you put the lid on, then it stops growing. So this will be an experiment too. I'll check back in with you guys. So I'm gonna date this, and that's about it to the first fermentation. I'll show you the second process. When we bottle it, I like to flavor it with fruit, pineapple, peaches, all kind of things. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope that I didn't ramble too much. I appreciate you so much. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer whatever I can. I've been drinking kombucha for about, I don't know, a year, Ella?
About a year and a half.
For about a year and a half. So I know a lot about the store-bought ones, but like I said, this is about my 4th batch of the real one. So wish me luck, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.